First and foremost, my hair is top-notch tonight. So thank you. I don't want that to get lost in the midst of all these truths I'm about to lay down on that ass. So let's just all try to remember my hair when the voting comes at the end of the evening. Okay. Now, folks, so rarely in these debates do we have one that truly puts good against evil. You know? A good, honest man versus a man so decrepit and vile, it seems his only purpose on earth is to torture good people. A man with a simple message of love and understanding versus a man so evil that hurting people seems to inflate his already overinflated ego. But enough about me and Greg. Thank you. It does seem fitting that Greg would choose to defend the skinny cartoon version of Dick Cheney. So many similarities it actually isn't actually funny. Just kind of a bummer. It's sad, you know? Never remembering people's names, having a very out-of-date sense of humor. Thank you. And barely being stronger than an infant. Pretty much all things Greg and Mr. Burns share. Not to mention how they string along gay guys for some sort of weird pleasure game that he calls releasing the hounds. Mr. Burns is one of, if not the worst character ever created. The guy owns a nuclear power plant. I mean, come on, hippies. How much worse can it get? You know what I mean? The dude is the richest guy in Springfield by a long ways. And he never gives back, ever. The most philanthropy thing he's ever done was load up. That's right. Was to load up the goddamned local softball team with pro baseball players. And then immediately destroy their lives. Ken Griffey Jr., he's still walking around with a giant head somewhere. Ozzie Smith is still in that hole. Thank you. I mean, seriously, folks. Hippies. The guy owns a vest made of real gorilla chest.
Thank you. That was adorable, wasn't it? His name is Chris Charpentier, and he speaks for the trees. Let's give it up for Sharpie and his fuck stash. That could not get creepier. He got that in lieu of registering as a sex offender. What's up, guys? How we doing? Nice to see you. I can't even believe this is a fucking debate. We're debating one of the greatest characters in television history with a person who's made the boringest fucking shit ever shown on television. Mr. Burns rose to power by crushing everyone beneath him. Ken Burns was that kid with a peanut allergy that used to stuff in a locker, then you found out 15 years later is way richer than you are. Ken Burns was the kind of kid that asked for a glue gun for Christmas. This is before they coined the term scrapbooking. As he liked to call it, it's for my interest journal. He was like the only guy on the prom committee. Still couldn't go. They wouldn't even let him do fucking coat check. I looked it up. Ken Burns has only had sex with one person. To put that in perspective, that means Chris Charpentier has nearly had sex with twice as many people as Ken Burns. Oh, we know who you're dating. No, I'm sure he gives a mean back rub. I give a mean back rub. I'm not good at it, I just yell at you. You're fat and ugly! Has anyone ever made it through a Ken Burns fucking documentary? Holy shit. I watched baseball. It was 9 hours, which is almost as long as a Rockies game. It was fucking... Yeah, apparently Ken Burns knows everything about baseball except how to fucking play it. That limp wrist little sissy couldn't roll a ball to home plate. Well, I'm the bat boy. He did try out for mascot, but he got fired for being so fucking boring. There's no crying in baseball, but there's a lot of snoring. That's really... Yeah, I just wrote it. Yeah, and there's one section, a whole episode dedicated to the Negro League. And first of all, they're called African Americans, you racist asshole. And who would you rather hang out with? Ken Burns or Mr. Burns? Mr. Burns, right? I'll just say this. Every party at Ken Burns' house is an ugly sweater party. Conversely, when Mr. Burns has a white elephant party, there's a fucking white elephant that he makes Mr. Smithers beat to death with a bag full of golden coins. Takes hours, but the meat turns out so delicious.
Treat. I don't even know what I said. I was just being honest. Anyway, what a surprise. Greg Baumhauer chooses to pick on a guy who doesn't have a mean bone in his body, just trying to inform the wonderful people of the wonderful things that's happened on this planet. And Greg wants to stuff him in a fucking locker. Unbelievable. Ken Burns, for those of you who don't know, which I feel like is a problem with this debate, is a goddamn American treasure, a real one, not a cartoon. He's a human man. And he's done wonderful things. The guy who created The Simpsons, Matt Groening, he's a human man. He's done some pretty awesome things, like create a character. Get what I'm saying? This is a stupid debate. Ken Burns has helped me sleep for the last 10 years of my life. Better than any drug. And I've tried all the drugs. All you need, I love baseball. I love baseball, truly, to my core. It's like, I like comedy. I feel like it's what I'm supposed to be doing and all of those types of things. But I swear to God, if I was 6 feet tall, I'd be a professional baseball player. I'm glad some of you think that's funny. Fuck off. Anyway, I love baseball. I love baseball so much. I mean, pretty much the only good memories I have with my family revolve around baseball, okay? I love baseball. Even I wouldn't make a 10-hour documentary about baseball. Ken Burns is God, everybody. Again, for those of you who don't know, I never really said what he does. He's a documentarian. For those of you who don't know. Those of you who don't watch PBS and are not cultured, that's fine. Oh, sorry. Watch some fucking TV, loser. Other than The Simpsons, all right? I like smoking weed. I quoted The Simpsons a few times, all right? It's nice, it's fun. But what do you know about the Brooklyn Bridge, motherfucker? Because I know everything there is to know about it. Between the 7 times it took me to watching it, because I nap immediately and whatever else, I learned everything there is to know about the Brooklyn Bridge and the Civil War and the Dust Bowl. All the important shit. Listen, we've all seen The Simpsons a million times. We've seen all the episodes, and they're great. Why don't you do yourself a favor tonight? Instead of watching a rerun that you can quote along to the whole time, which isn't funny, by the way, don't do that. Your friends that don't do that, they hate you when you do that. So instead of doing that, go home, get yourself some learning, all right? And watch Unforgivable Blackness. That's how I'm going to end my debate. I'm not kidding. Go home and watch that movie. It's fucking great. You guys are fantastic.
Like unforgivable whackness. Jesus. Don't blame the topics. I still get paid the same amount if it's over, right? All right, that's it? No. I know a lot of you don't want to hear this. But Ken Burns is fucking racist. It's true. How come every time I see a Ken Burns movie, all the black people are poured from the ghetto? And don't give me that, it's a documentary bullshit. Hey, we got CGI. If Hollywood could make Scarlett Johansson interesting, we can get Miles Davis off fucking crack, right? Mr. Burns gave us one of the greatest catchphrases in history, unleash the hounds, which is also what Chris says every time he unlatches his girlfriend's bra. I saw that fucking epic failure Civil War, or as Chris likes to call it, the War of Northern Aggression. What you guys did know is actually Mr. Burns actually made his fortune selling weapons in the Civil War to both the North and the South. He's the only one that offered first-class tickets on the Underground Railroad. I might need someone to walk me to my car. I'm kidding, I don't have a car. There's also that awful movie, World War II, or as Chris likes to call it, the War of Jewish Aggression. Google it. Google it. I know I have more jokes. Mr. Burns, he used his money and power to block out the fucking sun. How baller is that? That's amazing. If Ken Burns had $1 billion, what would he do with it? He'd like buy George Washington's wooden teeth. Just wears it every time company comes over, like, I can't tell a lie. Yes, I did look at my notes for that. Nobody else heard that, but I did, you fucking asshole. That was good. That was good. I didn't know you had that in you. I know. All right, you're almost a real comic now. It's exciting. Oh. Ooh. All right, thank you so much. My name's Adam Caden Holland.
Oh, man. Oh, I haven't laughed that hard in literally 5 years. That was delightful. All right, it's time to pick a winner, you guys. If you're on the side of Ken Burns, let's hear it for Chris Charpentier, everybody. Whoa. But if you prefer Mr. C. Montgomery Burns, let's hear it for Greg Baumhauer, everyone. It's pretty close. However, Chris Charpentier had a longer amount of applause. So your winner, Chris Charpentier, everybody. Give it up for both.